get to what we teased. We have a really fun show. What I hope is a fun show. I hope it plays out in reality like I have it lined up in my mind.
Z, you usually paint really good pictures.
Me and Sean.
You and Sean paint the best pictures. So we're going to have a great damn show today.
We're going to have a great show. Appreciate you guys rocking here with us. So yesterday, we tried to diagnose what happened in first-round pick Jahdae Barron's rookie season. If you missed that conversation, go check it out on the Drive podcast, available at denversports.com, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, okay? And we're going to be talking about the rookie class one at a time this week. So we talked about Jahdae Barron yesterday. We'll talk about RJ Harvey tomorrow. We'll talk about RJ Harvey today. Tomorrow we'll talk about Pat Bryant. And then on Thursday and Friday, we'll finish up the class doing 2 players on Thursday and 2 players on Friday, and
Save
boom.
the best for last. Save the best for last.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. And so we're kind of giving out a grade as well.
Yeah.
So RJ Harvey.
Yes,
RJ
sir.
Harvey.
Yes, sir. Running back. The running back.
This was the 60th overall pick in the draft out of Central Florida. Okay. And clearly the plan was for this guy to be a bell cow running back. And the Broncos, for whatever reason, maybe didn't love what they saw in the early stages of the quote-unquote off-season, really getting ready to start a new season, but technically still the off-season.
Yeah.
Rookie minicamp, OTAs. So they bring in J.K. Dobbins.
Off the streets.
Off the streets. Anyone could have had him. $2.5 million. Well, Dobbins takes the job by force, and Harvey ultimately becomes the starting running back. And it's just, it really is a mixed bag. I said mixed bag with RJ Harvey. It really was a mixed bag.
Well, are you going to be able to do this segment? Are you going to be able to give a grade? Last time against, with Jahdae Barron, it was incomplete.
Yep.
You just didn't have enough information. Well, with RJ Harvey, there's a little bit more information.
Definitely.
He didn't start at the beginning of all this. And to be quite frank with you, RJ Harvey was not on my draft board. I was looking for someone like Amarion Hampton, Trevion Henderson, the running back that's with the Patriots. I was looking for more of a splash running back in the first round. We get RJ Harvey in the second round. It seems like Sean and George did a deep dive. Maybe they overthought that process when it came to the running back. But, hey, Sean Payton has done it before. He has had Reggie Bush. He has had Alvin Kamara. Has had Mark Ingram. Deuce McAllister, you name it. So Sean has been around some really good running backs that we trusted Sean going into this process that RJ Harvey was going to be the next, let's just say, Alvin Kamara or something like that.
Yeah, that's not how it turned out. But to act like Harvey didn't do good stuff isn't telling the whole story, And I think what it comes down to is expectation.
Yeah.
Expectation. And framing what the Broncos intended for Harvey to be, what they wanted him to be, what he actually is, and then sort of recalibrating where we're at with RJ. So he ran for 540 yards this year, okay? That's 32 yards a game. In the receiving game, he had 356 receiving yards. That's around 21 yards a game. So add those two up, that's 896 all-purpose yards. 12 total touchdowns. That's the number that sort of is kind of eye-popping. 12 touchdowns is a lot of touchdowns.
Oh, you got to love it, right? You got to love it. That's what you're there for if you're a running back. The ultimate goal is to score touchdowns. You want the yards, but also getting in that end zone, being able to do your dance, let the offensive lineman push you in the air or throw you up in the air. That's a dream come true, scoring touchdowns in the NFL, and that's exactly what RJ Harvey was able to do. 12 of them things.
12. But there's also some context to those touchdowns.
Yes, sir, there is.
There is. And I'm going to bring up the following point just because context is king. It is not to take away from Harvey or try to push his head down at all. But I think it's
give us all the facts.
Yeah, it's just telling the truth.
For sure.
There was a handful of his touchdowns that you could have ran in right now at 30 years old. And just because Sean, let's just be honest, man. Sean, he wants to see the follow through on his vision.
Yes.
So you look at, he had 7 rushing touchdowns. Okay, There was some really good ones, man. Against Dallas, he had that 40-yard touchdown.
They don't short him some yards. It was 50.
Was it 50?
It was 50.
Okay.
It was a 50. It was a 50-yard toss. You have Garrett Bowles seals the deal.
Yes.
Quinn Miners lays 2 guys on their butt, and you have someone like RJ Harvey who had the speed, the explosiveness to go 50 yards for a touchdown at home.
So he deserves credit for that, right? But there's also a 1-yard touchdown against Dallas.
Yeah.
And Sean's going to give him the ball in that spot. There's a 1-yard touchdown against Washington. I went back and looked at all his rushing touchdowns this morning. There's a 5-yard touchdown against Washington. There's a 3-yard touchdown against the Raiders, a 4-yard touchdown against the Packers. 5 of his 7 rushing touchdowns this year came inside of 5 yards. So he got those opportunities.
Yeah.
And good for him. He converted on those opportunities. I'm like,
it's good for RJ, but it's sad for someone like, let's just say JK.
It was.
As a running back, there's a running back code, and everybody knows this. Say you're the guy that's in for that series, and you do majority of the work. Then you should be rewarded for the touchdown or at least get an opportunity to get a crack at getting that 1-yard, that 2-yard touchdown. In this case, a lot of times it was J.K. Dobbins early and often doing the dirty work. And then in the red zone, it was creative with RJ Harvey, right? Their baby, which is fine. He's a second-round draft pick. Sean Payton has this vision for him, and he's going to force the vision to come true. But it sucks for someone like J.K. because J.K. has done all that work before he got hurt.
Yeah.
But the touchdowns are just not there. So the yards, but no touchdowns. It's like you can't have it all. And I understand that's life. In life, you can't have it all. But damn, give J.K. that shot, and you know he gets in the end zone.
Yeah. And so we've agreed on this sort of dynamic throughout the year. And it's just, we say this all the time. NFL's not fair. Life's not fair. That's RJ Harvey's Sean's guy. So he was going to get those opportunities from the 3-yard line, from the 1-yard line. And good for Harvey for getting 10 toes down in the end zone. But when you hear 12 touchdowns, it's like, that's a crazy number, dude. That's the 3rd most for a rookie in Broncos history. And so a bit of a mixed bag. We ultimately realized, even before Dobbins got hurt, that Harvey is not a starting caliber running back, or at least we don't have the evidence to point to. Maybe he breaks through and is a revelation his sophomore season in the NFL. But for what we gathered, I'll speak for myself.
Yeah.
From what I gathered, and I was saying this pretty early in the season, he just doesn't look the part of a down-to-down starting running back. Doesn't mean he's not a weapon, just not a starting running back.
What do you always say about the pornography part? Like when you see it, you know what it is.
It's quoting a Supreme Court justice from a 1960s court case about a French film that had some pornography in it, and was it a pornographic film? And the judge said, I don't have a definition for it, but I know it when I see it.
And that's exactly how you can see this, or you can think of this with RJ Harvey. RJ Harvey is not a bad running back. He's a good running back, too. He's going to catch out of the backfield. He's going to run hard. He's going to score his touchdowns. But to be a number 1 running back in this league, you must be explosive every single snap. People should fear you. Alvin Kamara, they fear. Christian McCaffrey, they fear. Someone like Saquon Barkley, you're shaking in your boots because you know any given snap, any given play, that man could take it from the 1-yard line and go 100 yards or 99 yards. It does not matter. You're scared because no matter what that man does, he can make something happen. When you look at RJ Harvey, he runs hard. All right, he's a tough runner. He will break some here or there. He has had moments, but he's not consistent enough. All right, he's not consistent enough for me to say, hey, you're on everybody's scouting report and everybody has to fear you. Nobody fears RJ Harvey right now. Now, for RJ, if you're listening, now you go back to work and you prove us wrong. But you have one of the best offensive lines statistically. You have a quarterback. You have an offensive play caller in Sean Payton. You should be able to be explosive. There's running backs out there that wish they could be in your shoes. And honestly, if they were in his shoes, may have even more yards because they're a little bit more springy or a little bit more explosive.
Better vision. He
He
struggles with that, Phil.
So what grade, before we go, what grade you giving my man?
B+.
Man, you are a light grader.
Yep, I know.
You are a light. Give me a C-.
C-?
He's a second-round draft pick, Z. He's a second-round draft pick. We have undrafted free agent running backs going for 1,000 yards.